a stormy night in the small town of Oak Ridge. Heavy rain pelted the windows of the 911 dispatch center, and the sound of distant thunder echoed through the empty hallways. The room was dimly lit, the only illumination coming from the screens of the dispatcher's computers. Julie, a 911 operator with over 5 years of experience, was in the middle of a quiet shift. She'd heard her fair share of distressing calls, but nothing could prepare her for the chilling events that were about to unfold. The clock struck midnight, and the phone line suddenly lit up. A sharp crack of thunder shook the building, and Julie hesitantly picked up the call on line 9. Her heart raced as she answered, "911, what's your emergency?" There was a brief moment of silence, followed by a faint, raspy voice on the other end. "Help me, please. They're coming." Julie's instincts kicked in. "Sir, can you tell me your location and what's happening?" I'm not sure where I am," the voice replied, trembling. "I'm in a house. It's dark. I can hear them outside. They're getting closer." Julie tried to remain calm, but her voice wavered as she spoke. "Stay on the line with me, sir. I'm going to try and trace your call." As Julie worked on locating the caller, the man's voice grew more panicked. "They're scratching at the door now. I can hear them whispering. Their voices. They're not human." Julie's heart sank as she finally traced the call. It was coming from the old, abandoned house on the outskirts of town. The place was notorious for its dark history and rumored to be haunted. "Sir, I have your location. Help is on the way. Stay on the line with me." The man's breathing grew heavier, and the whispering in the background grew louder. Julie could now hear the eerie sounds herself, sending shivers down her spine. "They're inside the house now," the man whispered. "I can see their shadows." The door to the dispatch center creaked open, and Julie nearly jumped out of her chair. Her colleague, Tom, entered the room soaked from the rain. He noticed Julie's pale face and asked, "What's going on?" Julie quickly filled him in on the situation, and Tom's expression turned grave. "I'll notify the officers en route to be prepared for anything." As Julie continued to speak with the terrified man, the sounds of footsteps and whispers grew louder. Suddenly, the line went dead. Julie's heart raced as she tried to reconnect the call, but there was only silence. Minutes later, the officers arrived at the scene. Flashlights cut through the darkness, revealing the decrepit house. They hesitantly entered, finding the door ajar. The house was eerily quiet, and there was no sign of the man who had called. As the officers searched the house, they discovered a dusty, old telephone on the floor. The line was cut, and the phone appeared to have been out of service for years. A chill ran down their spines as they realized there was no way anyone could have made a call from that phone. Back at the dispatch center, Julie sat in shock, haunted by the voice on line 9. She couldn't shake the feeling that whatever had terrorized the man in the old house was still out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for its next victim.